everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features a very good rushing offense. The Falcons are top 10 in rushing TDs, and they'll go up against the Cowboys defense that needs to be ready for that.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Atlanta Falcons. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script, because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll set up to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Knight. Past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. No going for two. They'll kick the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or division. Now Howard stripped. He lost the football, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Now I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule. where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's second and long.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go. No. Check. Patriot! Back there to that Philly. Here we go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Caught left side, it's Beckham. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Here we go. Green 39.
In motion right is Jones. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Leopard! Hurry up, here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
All right, here we go. Green 39.
Beckham will go in motion right. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here, not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Breaks a tackle, steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And Bullock will put this one through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they get 3. They were hoping for 6, an unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green.
Again, it's Elliott. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Set. Green, I'm touching that party.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A big run there by Johnson. 46 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 6. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. To Johnson again. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. throw on 3rd and goal. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. And Bullock will put this one through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So the drive takes him inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
And he'll power his way up near the 25. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
So 3rd and 5, 3rd and medium here. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete.
I'm not sure. Spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they run successful.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Beckham, the return. Able to fight through one tackle. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Here we go now.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
He'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly...
They'll look to throw now on first down. Now Howard stripped. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. Fumbles, that's how you get in the coach's doghouse. The first one lost and it hurt. This time you lose it and it's taken in for a score. It really hurt.
And about that doghouse, it won't exactly be comfortable, and it definitely won't be air-conditioned.
Milk bones?
None.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Howard. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes. Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Back to throw here. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. The Falcons on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. He finds Beckham complete. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll look to throw. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to be marked down deep in Dallas territory. A big play on third down for the Falcons. 48 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
go to Johnson again. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw in here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
On 3rd down, it's Logan. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4th.
Brandon, I believe that they were in 4-down territory, and that's what they were thinking. But after the loss, I've got to kick the field goal. No way I'm going to go for it in this situation. But you know, some of these coaches, they're extremely unpredictable, and they may go ahead and press it.
So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 1 minute, 53 ticks left to go in this first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Grady Jarrett breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
And he's got some space here. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Beckham. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. So out come the Falcons now. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just
looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. He's got it, and it's now a 21-16 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is T.J. Logan to return it. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
The Falcons on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They're going to look to throw into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
Let's go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's complete to Brown, right side. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. On second down, Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
They'll throw now on the final play. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we have reached halftime. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw here. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Out of the gun now on third down. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. They'll look to throw here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Falcons on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain, his guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy as we can, he was the winner of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award from last week, so he's really stringing together some good. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. Well, you know, you can't get all the points back at once, but baby steps, a good start.
A start that was sorely needed because this team looked like they might be out of this one, but getting a touchdown, getting back into it, gives them hope as they move forward.
And this is back to a 5-point game. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They'll set up a throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Only 2 there on the dump off. It's third down. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gardens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt. And so far, it's working for both of them.
Looking to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense, so you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense is getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They go to Elliott again. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And just like that, it's third down. Now back to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on third down.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
And he'll give it here to his running back. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
Here we go. Detroit! Detroit!
Perriman in motion right.
Back down to that Philly. Here we go. Here we go now. Detroit! Detroit!
They'll set up to throw. Forced out to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Tech McKinley in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. The Cowboys on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. To throw. Flush to his right. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And his kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. So they get the field goal, but part of that was a 14-play drive to get the 3.
Normally, when you hold the ball that long, run that many plays, you end up in the end zone. There's a breakdown on the defense. Something happens. In this case, that didn't, but really good ball control by the offense. They're hoping that they can wear them down if they keep having drives like that.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Detroit! Detroit!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Now let's go!
Now a handoff. Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And the Cowboys have recovered. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's got room. Finding room inside the 40. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Back now here on EA Sports. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And now it's second down.
Well, Brandon, all receivers are trying to make sure that the defender thinks they're going to the middle of the field when they're running the outcut. And that play didn't get it done very well.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack, although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't, because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that, and the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you're facing intentional grounding call.
They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. Fourth down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. Now the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on fourth down. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
He'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and they're going to face a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the fourth.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A big play there with his 17th touchdown, his second of the game. And the Falcons cut into that lead. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now here come the Cowboys. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Back to throw here. Man open left side is Brown. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. They'll try to sweep with Elliott. Finding some room at midfield. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
Let's go.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. He'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
The Cowboys on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is third down and 12. Back to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So they settled for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the fourth.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And this one's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open.
And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a first down. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. He got 29 yards that time. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this?
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jamarcus Lawrence in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. So the D-line's going to spread out. They'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jalen Smith in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll drop to throw, and he's going to go down again.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Here we go now. Green, back out of Philly. Here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
Detroit!
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Elliott running right. Oh, he shifts past him. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wondered maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Here's Elliott, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 14. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And this one's going toward the sideline. They'll try to play keep away from Beckham. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe get
under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points mean this is now a 2-score game.
And 2 doesn't seem like much, does it? But it means everything in this situation, because now they're going to have to look back, and ultimately, that might be the play that ends up deciding this game.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll try the right side with Elliott. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard run. Leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
Lucky 56! Lucky 56!
A give to Elliott. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a gain of 4, and that should just about seal the deal.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Here we go, back in Philly, here we go.
A give to Elliott running left. Bulldozes past him. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game.